born and raised in Florence. At some point I met at crossroads with Stefano Bemer as a shoemaker. Always fancied having a pair of shoes made, but you understand that bespoke making for a university student is not exactly affordable. So when we crossroads professionally in 2007 for the first time, and then again more frequently from 2008 on, we started thinking of how we could possibly start cooperating between the two companies. And never happened, although the training part was the real connection. I got fascinated by the idea of the product, the craftsmanship, the men's shoes. You get a lot of empathy for if you're into that kind of idea and style. And when the said opportunity of Stefano's getting worse in his condition came up, my good friend Tommaso, that was working with him at the time, mentioned that maybe it was time for me to get more involved in the business, and here we are today. Stefano started, as he said, from a hole in the shoe. He had a nice pair of shoes that he liked, and then the sole got just broken, and he wanted to fix it because it was his favorite pair, and decided instead of fixing it in a workshop, he would do it himself. And he had such a pleasure in the accomplishment that he could get out of it on a personal level, that he decided that would have been his profession. So he was 18, and in 1983 he started his workshop to repair shoes in Greve in Chianti. He went a long way from that little adventure. He moved to Florence shortly after. Decided that he had a very clear idea of what shoemaking, Italian shoemaking, should be like in terms of style, construction, quality, durability, even the relationship with the client. He had a very strong idea, which we're very loyal to. And I want to say by the beginning of the 90s, he was already known to be one of the emerging shoemakers, for sure in Italy. Then he apparently hit a soft spot in the Japanese market, and Japanese market is very demanding, very picky. But by the time they recognize your quality, then you become a god in shoemaking, and Stefano made it to that level. We train 12 students every 6 months, 6 hours a day, full time. It's a very intense training, but through that training, we're able to select, choose, and retain the best students in each class. Through that, we grew in capacity of production a number of times. I mean, Stefano was making, I think at best, 300 or 400 pairs of shoes at the time, and now we're almost hitting 3,000. So it's been a growth, but it's organic. So everything is in-house, and we have full control over each single pair, which is, for me, it's crucial to delivering the quality that you promise and that you profess. This should be the quintessential Italian shoe, and Italians are known for the balance and beauty of what they do. So it is long and has a sexy silhouette, unlike an English shoe, but not as long as awkward like a French one. So, and I'm not saying this, and I apologize with all my fellow makers, but it is indeed a matter of balance. I think it's first of all a matter of proportion in the last, and Stefano devoted a number of years to developing the two routes that we still use for all of our bespoke and most of our ready-to-wear. And it's also a matter of taste. I do believe that a house, a company, should have a style on its own and should be visible throughout the collections and throughout the years. So we decided that we wouldn't do or produce anything that we wouldn't wear. There's 2 or 3 of us styling, and so if we don't like it, we don't make it. I want to keep the company rather small. I want to keep the capacity production in-house. I want to remember the clients and know what we deliver to each of them. Obviously, there's a growth for us ahead, but I don't want to cross the threshold that has made some companies lose the grip over quality. I've seen it myself as a consumer. I'm not making names, so don't ask. But I've seen names and brands that we're all familiar with change in quality and losing the soul, and I don't want to do that to our company. We're working on a side project that would probably try to bring some more of the Florentine style and look into the market, and that involves tailoring. So I think we can do something about giving our take on tailoring from a very Florentine point of view. We want to be loyal to the city that's been, well, so good to us. So and we love the balance of the fashion that this city has expressed since the 50s. So we'll stick to that and remain rather human size.